Yo, what is up with all the various comments on the different posts that I've made over the past week in regards to single mothers basically trying to shame me for the fact that I don't plan to marry and form a family with a single mother. I even had a few people try to insinuate that I'm hating on or promoting the hatred of black women with those posts. For those of you that are wondering what posts I'm talking about, I got a video that I did the other day on my channel where I basically talked about single mothers. I was doing a video response to the sister that said that if you're a man and you don't want to date a single mother and raise a single mother's kids as your own, that you're basically insensitive and you lack emotional intelligence. But I had received a lot of backlash. Not a whole bunch, but I had several detractors on that video. And they inspired me to make a post on my community tab on my YouTube page where I basically said that there are a lot of people who are ticked off with me because of the fact that I prefer to marry a virgin sister over a single mother with like 3 baby daddies or whatever, right? And I got people I got women coming left and right, like trying to accuse me of hating black women or trying to spread hatred of the black woman on my channel. Listen, y'all, at the end of the day, it boils down to one simple factor, okay? Everybody has their own preference. Okay? It's that simple. The same way I talked to the LGBT movement in a few of my past videos, telling them that you can't force your lifestyle and your desires onto another person. And that doesn't mean that they just hate all LGBTQ people because of the fact that they ain't interested in dealing with you, bruh. Like, brother man got preferences. He like straight up women that were born biologically women. He don't like trans women. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? At this point, some of y'all are literally one physical action from rape with these ideologies of trying to shame somebody for not being attracted to you. One sly, slick, manipulative tactic that I saw people trying to use in the various comment sections of that video as well as the community tab post was them trying to use God to make an argument. Like, how you gonna use God? Well, what if the Most High wants you to be with a single mother? Or you might have your preferences or whatever, but God also has preferences too. And what if He wants you to be a stepfather or something like that, right? And I'm like, bro, first of all, where is it scripturally wrong to have the preferences that I have? I'm literally saying that I just want a sister that don't have baggage. What's wrong with that? I'm gonna let y'all in on a secret. I'm a virgin. That's how I grew up. I grew up believing that you shouldn't be having intercourse unless you're married. Simple as that. And so I want a virgin wife too. I'm a virgin. I want my wife to be a virgin. I want somebody I can relate to. I don't want my wife to have been out there just being defiled by doing God knows what in the past with God knows who. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody that I can relate to, somebody that's innocent. I don't see nothing wrong with that preference. It's not me looking down on single mothers or hating on single mothers, thinking that they're just disgusting. I did not say anything in that video to indicate that I think single mothers are repulsive and disgusting. I even said in that video that if a brother gets with a single mother, that's cool. That's his choice. And, you know, if they are able to make it work, then kudos to them. But I personally don't prefer that. I'm a virgin. I'm working hard. I'm saving my money. making investments, doing a bunch of different things to get my life together so I can provide for a family and create great stability and a wonderful life for my wife and children in the future. And I'm saying that I want a virgin. That's my preference. This is the sense of entitlement that I'm talking about that I see from certain sisters in our community. And also a certain biasness that I also see as well. And it's like Kevin Samuels, he's talked about this before too, about how sisters have all the standards in the freaking universe. You know what I'm saying? They won't date a man that makes under $50,000 a year. They won't date a short dude. They won't date a fat dude or none of those things. And it's just seen as, oh, that's a sister. She's allowed to have options. I mean, she don't have to, if she don't want to be with that fat dude, or she don't want to be with that bum that makes $60,000 a year, she's calling him a bum, but she can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's her right. You know what I'm saying? But then somebody like me come along and I'm actively seeking to get my life like straight up together so I can have generational wealth and all of that type of stuff. But then I sit here and I say, well, I don't want to date a single mother. I want a virgin like me. But then I got people coming at me like I'm wrong for having that standard. Like I'm being shallow and I'm being, you don't understand what her situation was, and you know what I'm saying? You can never judge a book by its cover and all that type of crap. I'm done with that. Okay, I'm not interested in that argument. I don't care. Everybody goes through stuff. At the end of the day, I'm still allowed to choose who I want to be with. And look, the same way we tell sisters all the time. You see it all over social media. You see it in movies. You see it all over the place. Where sisters are always told not to settle for less. I'm saying that men deserve that privilege too, to not have to settle for less if they don't want to. It's as simple as that. Why should anybody have to settle for less? If you're a young man and you got your life together and you're doing good for yourself, why should you have to settle for a baby mama with 3 kids? Sometimes, and I get that it's not always 3 kids. Okay, fine. I do know a lot of baby mamas that got like more than 1 kid by more than 1 dude. I personally know a lot of baby mamas. I work with a lot of them. But okay, even if it's 1 baby, like what if even if it's 1 baby daddy that they have and there's maybe 1 child, okay, still, so what? Why should a young man who has been working hard as I don't know what have to step up in the picture and raise this woman's son that's 5 years old, unruly, and she won't even allow him to spank the child when he gets to tripping out and breaking stuff or throwing tantrums because he was told to go take a nap? What's wrong with a young man like that exercising his option and saying, well, you know what? Okay, I see this single mother over here, and I see this nice young lady that I met that works at the coffee house or whatever. She's a really nice girl, and she's a virgin. Or even if she's not a virgin, she don't have kids, right? And she's a good girl. Like, I think I'm gonna go with that choice, right? What's wrong with that? It's like, I've literally heard people make it seem like young men are wrong for not wanting to date single mothers. Like you're wrong for it. And like I said, that's just a brother exercising his right to make a choice. Because if we're deprived of our right to make choices in our so-called mates, then it becomes rape, my brother and sisters. This reminds me of a situation from the past, an old story, rather, but there was a situation about, it was like, 4, 5, 6 years ago, something like that, where there was this girl that had a crush on me. And I didn't like her back. You know, I just didn't think she was attractive. And some of y'all who might have been subscribed to me a lot longer probably know who I'm talking about, because she put a video up trying to slander me for basically not being interested in her and all that crap. And what was the whole beef about? She was mad because instead of choosing her, I chose somebody that I thought was more attractive, that I felt like I had more in common with, and I happened to like this person more than I liked her. And so her and her mom got on the internet trying to slander me, making it seem like I was a weak man, or like I was gay, or like I was just messed up in my head, like I had problems and stuff because I didn't want to be with their daughter. And I'm like, I didn't like you. I wasn't attracted to you. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think you were cute either. You weren't attractive to me, not in the slightest, not even a little bit. As a young man, I want somebody that's attractive. I want someone that I think looks good. That's my preference. That's okay. I don't have to date somebody that I find unattractive if I don't want to. That's my choice. But as usual, you know, our people can be hypocritical. I remember seeing several comments on that video trying to insinuate that there was something wrong with me, or like I did this young lady wrong, even though we never had any type of connection in that type of way. Even though I never hugged her, I never told her I loved her, I never held her hand, I never kissed her or anything. You know what I'm saying? She was just somebody that I knew, that my family knew. But somehow I was wicked because I didn't want this girl as a romantic choice. I'm like in my mind thinking, some of you brothers that was trying to make it seem like I was wrong for not wanting to date this girl, why don't you go date her? I don't see y'all lining up to go date her. So but I'm wrong because I don't want to date her. Look, I'm not knocking anybody's relationship as long as it's black love, okay? If a brother goes out there and he meets a single mother and he's able to make it work, you know, she's sweet and her child is sweet and they all make it work. Like I said, that is beautiful. I'm happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can have some of his own children with her too. That's wonderful. That's great. Okay? But let's get off of this bandwagon of trying to make it seem like somebody's weak because they don't want a single mother. And we gotta stop making it seem like people are inherently evil, wicked, selfish, or judgmental because they have certain standards. I mean, look, there are women that don't want to date ex-convicts. There are women that don't want to date ex-homosexuals. There are men that don't want to date ex-lesbians. There are women that don't want to date dudes who got multiple baby mamas. There are dudes that don't want to date women that got multiple baby daddies. I'm one of those men. And last I checked, biblically speaking, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not being judgmental. That's just me saying what I want, what I don't want. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to look at a woman who says, I don't know if I want to date that dude who got homosexual past and whatnot. Like, we're not going to look at her and say that she's judgmental and she's judging this man because she don't want to be with an ex fruit bag. That's her right. She don't have to be. She can find somebody a bit more masculine if that's what she wants, and that's what she deserves. Simple as that. I'm Elijah Reich. You can subscribe to this channel or you can unsubscribe. You can like this video or you can dislike it. Share and comment. With that, I'll say peace.